anybody that's around my weight class, I'm always looking at them. I'm always kind of sussing them out a little bit. So, um, yeah, it was definitely something I foreseen because I've seen him. He was the king of Bellator for so many years, and of course, as a young fighter coming up, wanting to make it, you look at athletes like that and going, "I want to fight him someday. I want to beat these guys." So yeah.
What do you make of his run now that he's at lightweight? Because obviously he did his thing at featherweight. He's only
Mhm.
had a couple things at lightweight. Do you think it's translated, or is it now he's fighting bigger guys and so?
Well, look, I mean, I've just moved up from featherweight like a year and a half ago as well. I personally don't think it makes a difference at all, to be completely honest.
Cool. They call you Big News.
Yes, sir.
Big cards, Battle of the Giants, Ty Boston and Garden. Can you speak about the difference in terms of attention that's been on the fighters in the lead up to this big card on Saturday night?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a huge card, like a massive, massive deal for the PFL, and you can see the investment that they're putting into it. The production, everything's been fantastic so far. The media here, it's a huge event, and the fights are fantastic. So everybody's tuning in for a reason.
And obviously you don't want to look past any opponents. What does 2025 look like?
Big fights, more zeros in my bank. Yeah.
Final one from me. We're in Riyadh right now. It's a very different climate to a lot of places before. How do you acclimatise to the desert heat?
Yeah, it's fine. It's only a 2 hour time difference from where I'm from in Belfast, so it really wasn't that much of a travel. 6 hour flight from London, it was easy, so it's not too different.
What about the heat, like the weather?
The heat's fine. I mean, I like the heat personally. I would do some training camps in Florida where it's really hot. I don't mind it. It's all aircon and the arenas, all that, so it doesn't really play a factor, to be honest.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Paul, I know the goal was to do the season
Mhm.
next year, right? But there's all this talk about Usman Nurmagomedov, maybe the winner of this fighting him. If you were given the option, if you win this fight, for to start in the first quarter of next year, the title fight or the season, what's more appealing to you?
The title. The title's more appealing to me. It's a bigger fight. It's a huge fight. It could be an absolutely massive fight for Bellator PFL. If they promoted it right, which I'm sure they would, it's Ireland versus Dagestan #2. It's a Nurmagomedov versus myself. That sells itself in my opinion. So we'll see. Whenever I get AJ out of there on Saturday, I think it puts me in a spot of good leverage. And it's whatever PFL want to do with me. I'm down. They know I'm down to fight the best guys. I said that from the start. They've given me the opportunity to back up my words, and here we are. So I'm here for the big fights.
Yeah, and I know. I mean, the reason you said, or one of the reasons was for the season, right? So, is there a chance you can do both? I guess next year.
I mean, I guess that's up to them. I wouldn't rule it out of the picture. $1 million at the end of the year sounds pretty good to me. That was one of the things that enticed me about coming to the PFL was the season because of the chance of winning $1 million in a year and being active on top of that. But fighting the likes of an Usman Nurmagomedov, that's a huge fight, and no doubt I would get paid a nice sum of money for that too. So at the end of the day, I'm here to make money too. I'm here to take the biggest fights, put on the most entertaining fights, knock these guys out, and get paid. So that's what will continue to do.
Where do you think Usman ranks, in the best lightweights in the world, just regardless of promotion?
He's certainly up there. His last performance, albeit he was fighting a very good fighter in Chablis, who I do rate, it wasn't the best performance of all time. It wasn't that exciting. So I guess that would maybe decrease how I see him. But I would say definitely, I mean, he probably is top 10, to be completely honest. He probably is.
Sorry, as far as just the fight with AJ, what he sees a more likely path to the finish, because he's a hard guy to finish a knockout or submission.
I see myself knocking him out 100% within 2 rounds as being my prediction. That's what I foresee happening.
You said Usman would probably be top 10. Where would you put AJ?
Definitely there as well. I would definitely see them on the same level, to be honest. AJ's more tried and tested though, probably more dangerous as an athlete to be in there with, so about the same.
Is he a bigger name though?
I don't know, because obviously Usman, when he has the support of the region that he's from, them guys have a lot of support. But I think if you go worldwide MMA, most people know AJ McKee. He has been a star for many years. So yeah.
Last one for me. What do you make of that Usman's past history with the drug test failure?
I haven't looked too much into it. I don't know exactly. I would like to know what he exactly popped for. I think it was some sort of medication, is what they say. I'm not too sure, but I'll be making sure if I'm fighting that there'll be severe drug testing for sure.
You have a YouTube channel called Shock the World, and you have your vlogs and all this kind of nice information on it.
Yep.
How much does that translate into your plans for MMA career? Like how much do you want to do with your career? How much shock do you want to work?
Yeah, I mean, I think Saturday night's the first time for me to really shock the world, and not just the European scene, which what I was doing well in. This is a chance to shock the world now, because AJ is a worldwide name. This is a huge promotion. This is a huge card. So this is hopefully the start of me shocking the world.
Who is the fighter that you look up to the most, and whose career do you look up to the most?
Look, I mean, as a young kid coming up in Ireland, how could you not look at Conor McGregor? I mean, nobody from Ireland had ever made it before in the world stage of MMA, and he came and completely took it over and changed it. So how could I not take inspiration from that man?
What do you think about his comeback? Is he going to come back undefeated?
I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so.
Paul Hughes, you've had some amazing knockouts in your career. What was one of your favorites?
Favorite knockout? I have like a check hook knockout in like maybe 3 or 4 fights ago on Cage Warriors, where the guy was kind of just rushing at me and I just binked him with a check hook and just put his lights out. So I like that one because it was clean, you know.
Absolutely. Now, you were mentioning Conor McGregor there, just fighting out of Ireland. Ireland seems like it's kind of the future of mixed martial arts. How do you feel about that statement, and how do you envision it?
I mean, I would love that to be the case. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case right now. I think we're falling behind, to be completely honest. Since Conor came through, there hasn't. Ian is obviously leading the charge right now in the world stage. But, you know, it's interesting you asked me that, because I watched the UFC in Paris there a couple of weeks ago, and I kind of thought to myself, you know, the crowd going crazy, French fighters, and I thought to myself, Ireland needs to get back in the world stage of MMA. But look, a KO win over AJ McKee, I think that does us pretty well, so I'm going to do my best to do that.
Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
All good.
Paul, for the local fans who obviously grew up with Conor McGregor's story, could you expand on your relationship with Conor and what was tell them what you've done before?
I don't have too much of a relationship with Conor. I think most people would have seen my interaction with him after my Bellator debut in the 3 Arena Dublin, where he was down cage side, and we had a moment after the fight where I just thanked him for inspiring me, these sorts of things. I had dinner with him one time at the Black Forge. That was the first time meeting him, so that was cool. You know, that was a real full circle moment for me. But it's been all good. He's always been supportive, and yeah, it's all good.
Paul, Sammy from the Casual Sports Show, Mumbai, India. It's only been 6 months since you signed with the PFL, and now you're fighting on the biggest PPV. How are you handling the pressure and the confidence that they've shown?
I mean, yeah, I guess there is added pressure because of the magnitude of the card, but there's added pressure also because of what I'm saying. I'm coming out and telling everyone I'm going to knock AJ out, and that's pressure that I'm putting on myself. So although the card, everything increases pressure, nobody puts more pressure on me than I do on me. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but it's something that I've always done throughout my career. You know, I'm used to this. It's something I do to just make me perform better. You know, I love the big nights. I love the high pressure. Any nights that I've had in my career that have been the highest pressure nights, where everything's on the line, is when I have performed the best. So that's what I'm going to do on Saturday night again.
So going off of that, you said you're the best in the world. Does your confidence come from your time at Aaron's on Lady?
Let's go. Appreciate the answer. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, that's my local GAA club. So GAA is our traditional Irish sport in Ireland. It's kind of a mixture between soccer and rugby. So you grow up playing that, you're bred into it basically, and you grow up very tough. So I appreciate the question, and yes, it definitely sets you up for a career in MMA for sure.
Amazing, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
Paul, in the build of AJ McKee, like, would use a fight with nothing to lose. How do you react to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have everything to gain and nothing to lose. I'm actually in a very different situation than AJ in this bout. I mean, he's a guy that's been there, done it, made a lot of money. Yeah, there's just everything to lose for him, to be honest. Like, there really is. And for me, it's like everything is to gain. So it's a nice position to be in, to be honest. But as mentioned, it's not like I'm going in there like, I've got nothing to lose, really. I'm there to knock him out. I am there to completely take everything that he has done in his career and take it and put it on my back and keep going from there. So, yeah.
And obviously, I knew Usman is better today. Did you envisage you being on the card this big so early on?
Yeah, I just knew whenever I was signing to the PFL that it was the right decision. I knew that these big pay-per-views were around the corner, and I believe I'm a pretty entertaining fighter. I'm doing all right, and I kind of knew that if they were doing these huge showcase cards, that I'd be a front runner for them, and here I am. Appreciate it.
Paul, you mentioned
What's up, James?
on Instagram that your meal with McGregor and Ian was full of wisdom.
Mhm.
So what was some of the best wisdom he gave you that sticks with you to this day?
Do you know what's funny? It's not even so much as direct quotes of what he said. It was the energy. It was the energy of like how much he loved the game, how much he loved, like, I guess, dissecting where we're at in our career. Like, that was like, I could tell that this man just lived fighting. Like, he lived it. Like, it seems like every second of the day. And I took a lot from that, because I believe that oftentimes the people who do get to the pinnacle of the sport are the people who just are completely obsessed with it. So I took that from it.
Did that try to make you enjoy fighting a little bit more?
I think I'm there anyway. Not so much personality wise, but in terms of competition wise and what I want to do professionally, it's everything to me. Like, this is absolutely everything to me. So I took that.